Hi guys, good afternoon and happy Halloween to you. I hope you're all having a safe and awesome holiday weekend. I've done my fair share of celebrating Halloween this past weekend, which is why I fell behind on I Know What You Did Last Summer. I just watched the newest episode, got a lot to say about it, but before I get into all of that, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled episode review, so if you were like me and you weren't caught up on I Know What You Did Last Summer by this latest episode, you do not want to keep watching or listening, as I will be discussing spoilers and plot details, and a lot of big bombshell revelations were dropped too, so you have been warned. That being said, let's get started. I feel like the next two remaining episodes, because there's only two left this season, are probably going to be just nonstop with the bombshells and the intensity of the killings as well. Because we had a pretty graphic death tonight. I honestly thought, and she very well could be, by the end of the episode, her whole fate was left ambiguous throughout the whole episode, because I thought she died in the opening scene. But Riley may or may not still be alive, despite her corpse being dragged away by the creepy Clara into that cult cave thing. And is the boy in on it too, or did he accidentally discover this murder cult cave and he sees Clara and she seems completely unbothered or nonchalant about him being there? Is he in on it? Is he one of the murderers, if not the murderer? It feels a little obvious to me that Clara is the killer. I don't think she's necessarily the murderer, but she doesn't seem too bothered cleaning up after the fact or just utilizing the corpses to her own twisted cult needs or desires. Pretty shocking to see Riley's mom go. I mean, I was a little suspicious she was going to die because she was searching for her daughter. I was just caught off guard with the elaborate trap in which she did die. I mean, it was awesome. It was reminiscent of the Scream TV series, because I think a character suffers a similar fate at the hands of a piece of road equipment machinery or something like that. No goats were involved in Scream, though, unlike this episode. So overall, though, I really liked it. We had some bombshell revelations were made. Implications that the boy and Clara might be the killers, or one of them might be the killer and the other one is the cleanup person. We just don't know yet. I think it's way too obvious that it's Clara. I think somebody was using Clara's name and address to ship the spiders to her house to implicate her. That's most likely what I suspect is going to happen. Still don't know about Riley's death. It was sad seeing that flashback where it turned out she had been saving herself for the boy, who of course rejected her in favor of wanting Allison to take his V card, where it's like, he valued his friendship with Riley so much he didn't want to ruin it by sleeping with her, but her whole attitude was it was just sex, even though secretly deep down she seemed to really, really care for him. So that was too bad. And honestly, I'm not sure what Riley's fate is. It's kind of up in the air by the end of the episode. I mean, Christ, she survived being stabbed through the chest by a machete and massive blood loss at losing her arm. And that was a great reveal, too, when they find the dog on the side of the road. And as soon as it showed the dog eating or licking something, you're like, oh, God, what is it? What is it? And sure enough, it's the severed arm. Sick. Great episode, though. And then we found out that Allison and Lenin'S dead mom isn't actually dead but alive, so she just abandoned her family when they were little girls and went off with some guy from the weird cult that she and their dad belonged to. So she left with some guy, and the dad couldn't bring himself to tell his daughters she ran out on the family, so he told them that she had died because she killed herself. Jesus, man. I mean, this guy's got some dark secrets, Lenin's dad, but I don't think he's definitely not going to win Father of the Year anytime soon. But Jesus, at the same time, it's like the poor guy has got so much on his plate and a lot on his shoulders, like the whole Clara thing. And I'm also glad that they quickly clarified that, Clara isn't Lenin's real mom or nothing like that. She was just briefly married to her dad before they came along. So pretty intense, exciting stuff. I feel like things are going to get even more intense and shocking moving forward with next week's episode. And then the episode after that will be the big season 1 finale, where we will hopefully and most likely get the big reveal as to who the killer is and why they've been doing this. because I think it's just a bit too obvious that it's Clara or the kid, the boy. And of course, I'm blanking on his name. I think Riley was right. I think he's not only a nice guy, but he's just kind of a big chicken shit too. So I don't really see him as the murderer type because it would be too obvious too. So I'm curious to see who is doing all this killing and why. But this episode was great. It was a big step up from last week's episode. So I feel like with this episode and the next two, things are going to stay consistently intense and shocking. So I'm all here for it. So that's what I thought of the latest episode of I Know What You Did Last Summer. What did you guys think of it? I'd love to hear your thoughts and feelings on it. Thank you so much for watching, and have an awesome rest of your day and a fun, awesome Halloween night if I don't see you. And of course, until next time, what's your favorite scary movie?